Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, CANSA members, fellow members of the board of directors, chairpersons, senior management, award winners, and special guests. A special welcome to all the cancer survivors who are here with us today. We are blessed to have you all. Without you all, with you all here, it makes it so much better to be here. My name is Bugs Pancha, the president of CANSA, and I'm proud to welcome you to CANSA's 92nd annual general meeting. Let me introduce you to the board of directors of CANSA. Chairperson, Reverend Vuyokazi Memani Sedile. Vice Chairperson, Ms. Jenny Palmer. Mr. Bothwell Mazarua. I got it wrong again, Bothwell, I'm sorry. Dr. Rosie Nkobisa. Judge Daya Pillay, Professor Iqbal Parker, Elise Joubert, our CEO, and Peter Mukeli, the CFO. I also welcome Unit Chairpersons Rudolf Scharneck of Western Province and Southern Cape, and Elise Fourie, Gauteng, Northwest, and Limpopo. I'd also like to introduce you to Emmanuel and Jacques from EP Digital, who are managing our streaming and the tech aspects of this virtual meeting. Folks, I now have the honor to ask Dr. Martin Manju to bless these proceedings with an inscription. Over to you, Martin.
Thank you. Can you just pause for a second or two to put us in the presence of a power greater than each one of us?
Sorry, Martin, I lost you there. I can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, Martin.
Yes, can we just pause for a moment before I start, just to put ourselves in the presence of a power that's greater than all of us for half a second. In all parts of ourselves, we are all connected. With every breath, we share this world. May we always feel our connection to those suffering and to all in our world. May they find resilience in memories of the sufferings they faced before and in the power offered by their connection to others. We trust in the love and support of those near us. We trust in the generosity of those who freely give of their time and material means. We trust in the sciences that guide the hands of the nurses, doctors, other medical and health professionals in all health institutions. We trust in the love, care, compassion, and commitment of the Cancer Association of South Africa and its caregivers everywhere. May they be helped and strengthened in their unselfish work. Let us be thankful for the loyal hand that love out in welcome to our own. When love and only love could understand the need of touches we had never known. We trust in the power of the story of our lives, however long and winding it may be, to be enveloped by the greater story of life itself. Life is a passage through which we all travel, but we are never alone in that journey, even when far away from those we love. May those suffering feel the presence of their partners in memory, always and forever, through this challenge and the next. May it be so in light and love. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin, for those powerful words. Folks, I confirm that we have received no apologies for the meeting today. So all eligible members would have received a Zoom link to register and would be verified as voting members. As it is a virtual AGM this year, all of you on Zoom via either eligible to vote or part of the official proceedings. The rest of you are joining us via YouTube. So welcome and enjoy. We need to quickly confirm that all members are indeed here. To do that, may I ask that your name is clearly added so that the auditor can check the name. So on your Zoom, there are three little buttons, little dots. Click on there and you can add your full name, which will appear in the list of participants. We need this for verification, please, for your attendance. And as a reminder, that a member is someone who has paid 500 Rand for a life membership or 50 Rand for annual membership. Only these are regarded as CANSA members and are eligible to vote. We now need to confirm by attendance register the numbers of members and non-members on the Zoom, which will be done by our Minute Secretary, Mamo Shabalala, and Auditor Shane Smith from Roddle & Partners. This will be done via the participant list, and while these being checked, it gives me great pleasure to share CANSA's latest video.
Appreciate.
I am excited.
We at the Cancer Association of South Africa have been active since 1931, offering a unique integrated range of services, enabling research, educating the public, and providing care and support to all those affected by cancer. For almost a century, we've acted as a connector, standing side by side with survivors and their loved ones, ensuring that they don't fight this fight alone, because the only way to beat cancer is together. This togetherness is at the heart of all we do. We're a close-knit, involved team that works as one to achieve our common goal. Unity informs all we do, aligning with policymakers working on the ground in communities and collaborating with various stakeholders.
Let people know that there is someone that cares. You envelop them in a love bubble. You give them the motivation, you give them the inspiration to fight another day.
To see the kind of work that is being put in to take care of people who are suffering with this disease is staggering.
And integral to our operations is the partnerships we form with our generous donors and supporters. We firmly believe in our mission, but make no mistake, cancer is cruel. It's a life-threatening disease. We fight it on a daily basis, and our many services are all the more effective thanks to contributions from our donors. The research we conduct at various universities and organizations focuses on lowering the cancer risk by highlighting risk and protective behaviors and promoting lifestyle changes at individual, community, and structural levels. We also conduct research into enhancing care and support for cancer patients. We advocate at multiple levels, driving awareness with decision makers, promoting the rights of patients and caregivers, and pushing for better training of healthcare workers. We lobby for quick and inclusive access to early detection and screening facilities, and continue to inform the public of their rights to quality care, pain control, and palliative care information. Our countrywide care centres can be accessed in person and virtually, and offer screening and early detection programs. Our telecounselling is free and available in 7 languages. It's a much-needed lifeline for cancer patients, caregivers, and families of children living with cancer. We run 8 care homes with home-from-home accommodation, nutritious meals, and transport to and from cancer treatment centres. Our TLC lodges provide lodging for parents and guardians whose children are undergoing cancer treatment, and emotional support and guidance to children, teens, and families affected by cancer. All of these services combine to create a supportive national network that works on many levels, with the aim of helping cancer patients become cancer survivors.
Every day I firmly believe I was diagnosed with cancer and survived it for a reason. I'm the voice for the person who doesn't want to talk. I'm the voice for the person who doesn't want to be seen, but I am out there. That is who we are as global heroes of hope. We latch people on to those who can understand.
As harrowing and harmful as cancer is, it has driven us to create a collaborative community that shares a single vision: to support those facing cancer and provide relief and comfort for all affected by it. We appeal to you to join our fight and contribute to our very worthy cause.
I'm fully committed to ensure that we are moving towards a cancer-free South Africa. Hopefully not another 90 years, but if that is what is required, cancer will be there for another 90 years.
Today, you have an opportunity to make a difference, to impact millions of lives. Make a pledge now. Log on to cancer.org.co.za for the various options on how to donate and get involved with cancer. Together, we unite in providing care and support to all those affected. Cancer. Research, educate, support.
If all members have been counted, I ask Mamo, Shabalala, and Janae from the auditors to report on the attendance register and the proxies received to ensure that the members present constitute a quorum.
Okay, 27 members and 1 proxy received.
Thank you. That constitutes a quorum. I hereby declare the annual members meeting fully constituted and open, and I thank you all for your attendance. In accordance with the Memorandum of Incorporation of the Cancer Association of South Africa, the notice of the special members meeting was advertised within the prescribed 15 working days notice of this meeting. I confirm that the minutes of the National Annual General Meeting held on the 25th of October 2022 were available to all registered members prior to this meeting, and copies are available on request. I therefore seek approval to sign the acceptance of these minutes. I call for a proposer for the acceptance of those minutes. Could we have a proposer via the chat?
I see Joni has proposed there. Joni. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And a seconder?
Michael has indicated.
Oh, thank you, Michael. I now hand over to the Reverend Vuyokazi Memani Sidile for her message as chairperson of the board of directors. Over to you, Vuyo.
Thank you, Bucks. This is my second last AGM before my time comes to an end. I'm humbled and grateful to lead the board and CANSA, who continue to show resilience in the face of challenging circumstances that we find ourselves in. The financial year in review continued to be challenging as the economy has not fully recovered from COVID-19, and instead we see the high inflation and instability locally and globally, and that has a great impact on our operations. But we address all these challenges and our counter actions that we will put in place that are all recorded throughout this report. So I urge you to read the whole report and you will be able to see what we've been up to. However, on the positive notes, CANSA has shown growth and potential to further grow in the future, and more details are in the CEO's report. As I said, the persistent poor economic climate affects the ability of the organizations and individuals to contribute the same way they did previously. But the changes that we did put in according to our strategy have yielded some fruit, and we're able to make a surplus of 17.7 million in the year 2022-23. Versus what we did in 2021-2022, which was 8.7 million. This is due to our dedicated staff and volunteers led by our executives, CEO Ms. Elise Jube and CFO Mr. Peter Mukeli. And they do continue to champion for our cause and overcome hurdles in the operating environment that they find themselves in. And in the endeavor to help those that are affected by cancer in all possible manners that we could assess them. And the new ways of working are helping to achieve our goals and to encourage further growth. In last year, around September, we had a strategy session where we wanted to put in a 3 to 5 year strategy that would help us to move from where we are, which is a growth strategy that we put in place. And that has been implemented from 1st of April this year. And it will continue to work on what's already implemented previously. And as we saw the results, but the CFO will talk more on the results. In terms of the directors, we had remained stable this year. Apart from Dr. Martin Mandu, who left last year at the AGM because his term had come to an end. And on behalf of the board and CANSA, the organization, we wish to thank Dr. Mandu for his commitment and valuable contributions to CANSA during this time. As you can see, we continue to tap on his wisdom as a CANSA member to help us wherever he could. At that time, when he left, we decided not to fill in the vacancy immediately because we wanted to first set up the strategy for the 3 to 5 years so that we could identify the gaps and skills that we have on the board that would be required by that new strategy that we had to set. And so after we'd done the strategy, then we have filled in the vacancies, because one of the vacancies is going to come now after this AGM, because Dr. Rosie Mwabesa is going to be is serving her last term and will be leaving now at this AGM. We have we filled in those 2 vacancies. We had some quite good candidates when we looked at that, and but we are satisfied that with the 2 appointments, the composition of the board is really full of people with good skills, good knowledge, and they bring a lot to the table. And you can read about those skills and the wealth of knowledge that they bring. It is in the annual report as well. There were no changes in the executive directors, and I'm happy to say that it has stabilized. And as you can see from the results, that the executive directors are really leading us in a good way. Ethics and governance, we really hold ourselves to the highest standard of ethics and governance. And there's been great improvements in our internal controls. And you can see that from the auditor's report that we have received in the last 2 years, that it really shows that we have worked on that. And we are committed to the sustainability and the ethical conduct of our service offerings to the public. We also assure all our stakeholders that we have zero tolerance for any towards fraud and misconduct. And we want to maintain the highest standard of public trust because we are dependent on public for our existence. And we deal with any of the cases that come up very swiftly. And we encourage all the CANSA stakeholders to report any suspected fraudulent activity via our anonymous whistleblowing facility. And you can find those numbers and the emails on all our stationery in the annual report, and also in all our letterheads, we have that number. And lastly, the work of CANSA cannot be done without every one of our stakeholders pulling together. And pulling together makes our life easy. So therefore, we are grateful to all of you, whether you are the board member, you have staff, volunteer, donors, and sponsors. And thank you for your loyalty and dedication to our cause. And please continue to support us until we reach our imagined world without cancer. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Puyo. It may be your second last AGM as chairperson. We hope never to lose you with cancer. I now welcome Elise Joubert, CANSA's Chief Executive Officer, to present her report on the 2022-23 year under review. Over to you, Elise.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all of the princesses with all my address was front. Apologize for this on more issues call that I'm going to
Yes, Elise, there's an echo on your voice, sorry, which wasn't there earlier. May I suggest, Emmanuel, would it help if she goes out and then comes back in? Sorry, it just... Sorry about that, everybody. It's just we did test it earlier and she sounded fine, but when she started now, it was this bit of a wobble. So I'm sure it's going to be okay.
Okay, let's try again. Is that better? You see,
Just speak some more.
Is it better now?
I think it's a little bit better than it was. Why don't we carry on? And then if it's not working, we'll go to plan B.
I apologize. I'm also
No problem. Go ahead, Elise.
I'm sitting here in a business cubicle, but let us try. Let's go. So I'm just going to share my presentation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am very proud and I'm also grateful to be able to present the main business results for 2022-23 for the Cancer Association. Now, we entered our year, the 2023 year, after 3 years of restructuring and reorganizing our business model to address the challenges and the changes that were triggered by the impact of COVID-19. So we entered the year focusing on driving sustainable growth and to move from a survival mode to a thrive mode. Our focus shifted from stabilizing post-restructuring to recovering from the dip in productivity and efficiency caused by the inevitable results of a restructuring process. We set ourselves targets for faster growth and achieving long-term business performance. To do that, management focused on the following: of correcting identified dysfunctionalities, internal leakages and gaps, and improving our performance and delivery on roles and responsibilities. We also focus on improving communication channels with our volunteers and communities, certainly our most important stakeholders, based on feedback received regarding needs and requirements. We also address misconceptions of the new business model amongst our stakeholders and improved our service visibility. We also again re-established our partnerships after COVID and our promotion. As mentioned by our chairperson, we were grateful that our efforts yielded the necessary results. We ended our period with an operational surplus of 17.7 million, which is indeed a positive variance against our budget of 10.4. Our reserves increased by 20.3 million to a total of 76.1. Our fundraising income shows a positive variance of 3.7 million. And that despite of positions being vacant in that department for most of the year. We also, our services income grew with 3.1 million. I mentioned also about chairperson, the overall results of our audit shows and reflecting strengthening of our financial controls. An improvement in working capital with a reduction in receivables from 7 million to 3.5. But our CFO will later on report more in detail on our financial results. But there's also other areas which are really proof of the fact that CANSA is in an upward mode after COVID. And I'm going to share them with you. Firstly, our service programs expanded. It's rich within poorly sought and disadvantaged communities. CANSA's Black beneficiary base certificate rating improved from a 78% on the previous year to 83%. We have had heightened international visibility and stakeholder acknowledgement, and that resulted in CANSA being invited to join various international bodies and coalitions. Our research department improved governance regarding our regulations and research integrity, and are now asking for, in the area, 4 monthly progress reports as opposed to only twice a year. We expanded our relationships and collaborations with the Department of Health, specifically in the Directorate of Non-Communicable Diseases and in the National Cancer Registry. New partners were gained and existing ones sustained, such as the Association for Palliative Care Practitioners of South Africa, with whom we extensively worked last year. Our support groups are rapidly expanding and grew by 100% since 2020. We currently in the area run 6 national virtual groups, 12 provincial virtual groups, and 20 physical support groups. The Cancer Pain Manager app was developed, sponsored by Pfizer, in association with the Centre of Community Technology at the Nelson Mandela University. We conducted nearly 3,000 more cancer screenings at workplaces compared to the previous year and conducted 101 more wellness days at businesses. We managed to drive 90% of our clinical services via our contracted nurses, about 23 of them, resulting in our HR cost savings. Our public-private grant funding opportunities were expanded with Bristol Myers Squibb Foundation that included funding for the multiple myeloma program and a $2 million grant. We further received a $720,000 grant from the Tobacco-Free Kids to identify and train leader volunteers and anti-tobacco advocates. Liberty is investing at $2.4 million in a 3-year partnership for clinical services and cancer risk reduction. The restructuring process, of course, required that we rebuild our occupational health management structure and processes, and those were all again restored with training in place and regular inspections, and our audit is in a good standing. Cancer staff also embraced digitalization by moving existing processes into digital technologies, such as our Cancer Connect. But it is good to always celebrate our achievements, but more so, it is also important that we identify areas for improvement going forward. And I'm going to share with you what we are working on in the current financial year. We expand our smaller scale research originating within cancer, conducted by postgraduate students in collaboration with accredited research institutions in South Africa. We want to keep on building skills and capacity of staff and volunteers to drive patient human rights advocacy, to address critical issues regarding access to treatment and medicine for cancer patients on all levels of care. We want to align our gap analysis between services we offer in communities and the needs of communities within affordability, and that can be sustained. We want to keep on expanding our health education and risk reduction activities on service communities to lower the cancer incidence and to promote early detection in those communities. We want to keep on expanding our clinical nurses and social workforce for cancer screening services, home-based care, and psychosocial support in communities, and further seek funds through corporate partnerships to expand our services. We want to further integrate our services and sustainability activities and wellness programs at workplaces to optimize our investments in that. We have to keep on building and grow our volunteers and capacitating staff to manage our volunteers in areas where we still must expand our footprint for cancer control. We keep on growing our visibility with new initiatives. We have to keep on building on new foundations laid in the reorganized sustainability department and facilitate revenue generation. The implementation of new income streams is forever an objective we strive for. We're enhancing our e-commerce and online fundraising, and we want to shorten the appointment time for new employees via our salary market alignment and to offer more competitive salaries and improved recruitment strategies. Succession planning must improve. focusing on those critical and scarce positions so that we can fill vacancies immediately. Our risk management must be aligned with our new strategy, with a renewed focus on key risk indicators to manage changing risk profile. We have to upskill our staff, improve their capabilities, optimize existing IT to drive digital transformation in place. As was mentioned by our chairperson also, we convened last year, the board firstly, to start developing and shaping CANSA for the future. We can keep on thriving and be future-proof against any unforeseen challenges. The board had a strategic workshop in September last year to design a new 3 to 5 year strategy. Our purpose and mission were revised, but they are still applicable, just with a few tweaks being made. The board then defined 5 strategic objectives, critical and cross-cutting issues, based on the most likely future scenario. Management took it further to determine critical strategic areas for each of those objectives, to identify the gaps, the risks and opportunities that need to be covered, and then strategic actions and the impact that we strive for. We also developed performance indicators, which is approved by the board so that we can measure our performance in terms of our new strategy. There just briefly how our objectives, our cross-cutting issues and our critical issues, which I'm not going to read every one. I just want to share with you some impact by numbers to give you just a broad overview on our risk last year in terms of our services offered. The screenings were conducted combined with individual information and education sessions. We had over nearly 2,600 pap smears, 2,710 clinical breast examinations were conducted, 4,127 PSA tests were performed, 120 skin examinations using our photo finder device, 2,410 men in various communities were reached in educational talks on men's cancers, 6,974 screenings were done at our corporates. We supported a total of 7,602 patients, of which 3,307 were supported in 18 support groups, with the assistance of our 437 trained volunteers. Over 1,100 users take advantage of our 7 online WhatsApp support groups. We've seen a 60% increase in the growth of our online support group beneficiaries. 111 patients were supported nationally in 815 telecounseling sessions. 1,734 patients received full accommodation at our 8 care homes. And 65 advocacy issues were reported, and these patients were all helped to access treatment at our various hospitals. 360 patients per month receive professional guidance and support from our stoma therapists. And 679 patients and their loved ones benefited from cancer home care programs. And we made 1,730 home visits. A total of 714 parents and loved ones were accommodated in the TLC facilities, and support was given to children and teens with cancer. On our website, over 568,000 pages were viewed by the public. The online lifestyle cancer risk assessment tool was completed by more than 560 people. Our help desk responded to over 14,160 inquiries, support and information via telephone, WhatsApp, email, website and social media. Our posts on social media received more than 7 million impressions. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving forward with passion And at the heart of our success is the support of our South African public, our valued volunteers, donors and partners. And I wish to convey my heartfelt appreciation to all of you for your selfless support. I thank the CANSA board for your leadership and support to management, and for offering your experience and skills and knowledge to move our organization forward. Our accomplishments would also certainly not have been achieved if it wasn't for all our dedicated and passionate staff. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your hard work and commitment. We truly appreciate you. I thank you.
Bugs, just unmute.
Thank you very much, Elise. It's now the turn for Dr. Rose Nkobisa, Chairperson of our Social and Ethics Committee, to present the report from this committee for the 2022-23 financial year. Over to you, Rosie.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to greet everyone, greet the chair of the meeting, greet the chair of the board and the board members, the executive of CANSA, and the members in general. It's been such a pleasure, as you've heard from the chair of the board, that this is my last year of serving in this committee or in the board. I would really like to thank the board members, the executive, for the opportunity to serve CANSA. It's been a wonderful journey. I've been here for a few years. There's lots of learning that happened, and it's been so wonderful to see a team of people that are committed to a cause, that are truly committed to the cause of cancer, be it cancer prevention, cancer treatment, committed to serving the communities that they currently serve. It's been such a wonderful pleasure to work with all of you, and I thank you. And I encourage you to continue to be committed, because it's hard to find people that are committed, and the services that are offered by CANSA are needed more now than they ever were before. So I will switch off my camera. I would like to apologize for that. My internet is a bit shaky, so I will switch off my camera and start with my presentation. So next slide, please. Please go to the third slide. Okay, so I would like to start by stating that at CANSA, governance is managed through ethical behavior. We use best practices with focus on standardization. We strive to adhere to all legislation and generally promote a culture of accountability. Next slide, please. CANSA always strives to ensure all staff and the organization comply with all applicable laws, rules, codes of conduct, and standards, and to adhere to ethical leadership and corporate citizenship. CANSA is governed ethically and effectively through its board of directors and by establishing an ethical culture throughout the organization. Next slide, please. The Social and Ethics Committee, which is largely constituted by non-executive directors that work hand in hand with the executive of CANSA, they have the overall responsibility of ensuring that various aspects related to sustainability and ethical practices are being addressed by the organization. The committee also promotes integration and monitors various activities of CANSA, such as good corporate citizenship, environment, health and public safety, occupational health management system, anti-fraud and corruption initiatives, just to mention a few. I will briefly go through some of these activities that are monitored by the Social and Ethics Committee. With regards to good corporate citizenship, it is monitored in various ways. To mention a few, CANSA has a due diligence checklist framework that's used to assess potential new partners. We like to partner with people that share the same values as CANSA, especially pertaining to cancer prevention and treatment. And this tool has been used over the years at CANSA, and it's still a valuable tool to use. We also make sure that staff, volunteers, ambassadors are aware of the code of conduct and values. Also through adherence to the POPI Act, which happens in all our internal and external dealings. Also through compliance framework, which is monitored quarterly. I would like members to note that there were 3 incidences in this reporting period where members of the public abused CANSA's name for their own benefit, and these were swiftly dealt with by the board and by the executive of CANSA. We also need to mention that there were minor complaints that were linked to the cancer care homes being virtual with staff shortages, which this was a result of the COVID epidemic, but these were dealt with as well. Next slide, please. With regards to stakeholder engagement, as CANSA, we strive to build trust, relationship, and engagement with stakeholders in the communities we serve. CANSA realizes the importance of the buy-in, of active participation, and feedback from all stakeholders. This includes identifying risks and challenges and dealing with any key concerns arising from all these engagements. Just to note, Elise also briefly mentioned this in her presentation, that we had a stakeholder analysis to inform critical strategic areas, which was conducted last year in September, and this was used in developing the 3-year strategy, the CANSA's new 3-year strategy. And currently, there's work that's being done through a stakeholder engagement survey for the period of 2023-2024. And the outcomes of the survey will be aligned to the current business plan. Next slide, please. With regards to environment, health, and public safety, the process of identifying, of responding and addressing emerging risks is embedded in the functions of the organization, which is CANSA. Occupational health. Next slide, please. With regards to occupational health management systems, health and safety status of facilities where CANSA operates in and operations is of good standing with an average rating of 85%. This was achieved through the hard work of staff and the executive. This was done via comprehensive monthly health and safety reporting. There's regular OHS forums that are held. There's reports submitted to the EXCO biannually. The disaster management recovery plans for all CANSA sites is in place, including mitigation plans for high load shedding phases. There were representatives that were identified and trained to fill OHS posts in the current financial year, which will assist in making sure that we keep the average rating at the current percentage and above. As a result of all these efforts, there were no hazardous or injury on duty incidences that were reported during this reporting period. Next slide, please. CANSA has demonstrated zero tolerance for fraud and has anti-fraud and corruption initiatives, such as there's regular overview sessions on governance and ethics training that are conducted by EXCO and senior ministers. This is tailored for NPOs. There's a fraud register that is also monitored by the EXCO. There's regular awareness campaigns promoting CANSA's anti-fraud and anti-corruption initiatives that are conducted with all staff. CANSA also has a computer-assisted auditing technique that is used to identify incidences of possible fraud. Consequence management in terms of fraud instances is also implemented very swiftly. And this has been observed by the board, where on awareness of some fraud, the executive just swiftly tries to manage, investigate, and if it comes to dismissing the person involved, they do that very quickly. There's a fraud awareness workshop and presentation planned for the 9th of November this year to cover core principles of fraud to all staff as a reminder of anti-fraud and anti-corruption intolerance that CANSA has. There's also 4 fraud cases that were reported, and there's currently legal processes in place to manage these fraud cases. Next slide, please. CANSA strongly believes in transparency and awareness of and reporting of any fraud or unethical behavior, and they encourage all staff to use the resource that's available, which is the whistleblowers. There's an independently managed and certified ethics hotline where all the complaints can be channeled through, and this line is available in all languages with live call answering every day, 24/7, every day of the year. Next slide. And all stakeholders of CANSA are encouraged to report any suspected fraudulent activity. So I will stop there. I thank you for listening, and I will take any questions.
Sorry, Bugs, just unmute.
If you look on the chart, Lucy has put on a link for reporting, for the whistleblowers, for reporting any fraudulent activities. So you can copy it and have it and encourage anyone who has some complaints to report them.
Thank you, Dr. Rosie. It's now the turn of our CFO, Peter Mukeli, to present the financial report for the 22-23 financial year. Over to you, Peter.
Thank you, President. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm presenting the 2022-2023 financial report. We have come a long way, as Elise has explained, in terms of our performance and financial results. The hard work of our staff members, our employees, our partners, our funders is reflected in the results that we are presenting today. Just to start with the significant matters that were highlighted, the audit. An organization, due to our model that we are operating in terms of our fundraising event, cash donations are a significant material aspect of our financials in terms of our revenue. Because of the nature of cash that we collect in terms of our events, it was an area that has been raised year on year. We are aware of this, and as management, we are continuously monitoring it so that it can be at a level where we are able to, it can be at an acceptable level. On the update of internal control, or the update on the internal controls, ladies and gentlemen, we have embedded monthly financial reporting. This is a discipline that we are continuing from year on year, since last year and this year, just to improve on our reporting, and we are continuously implementing proper digital financial reporting systems so that our processes can be improved. We've also focused on contract management as an area that we continuously monitor, and it's an outlook that we will be also focusing in the new financial year. Compliance monitoring is an area that we were fully implemented, and through our reports to ESCO, our board, we continuously comply with the various legislation that are impacting us. So it's an area that we continue to monitor so that we are not found wanting. Risk management, we have embedded risk management through our processes, and we are continuously improving on risk management so that we can drive our strategies and we are not surprised by any events out there. Notably, we've finalized our fraud and IT risk register. This is evident in terms of our audit results that we have seen in the 2022-2023 financial year, which has improved significantly from the previous 3 years audit results. Just to go into details in terms of our financials, you can see our total revenue year on year. I'm comparing audited figures. Year on year, we closed at 90 million. Last year, it was 75 million, an increase of 20%. Expenses increased by 5%. This is a reflection of the high inflation and high operating cost that we are operating in, but we continuously managed to keep them under our radar in terms of our budgeting. So the 20 million in terms of our surplus, the 20.2 million is made out of 17.7 million. You can see there under segment analysis, operational surplus of 17.7. And for the first time on research, we reported a surplus of 2.4 million, ladies and gentlemen. Then I'll highlight a few aspects of the balance sheet, just for noting. Our total investment is an aspect that I needed to highlight. From last year, it increased from 44.3 million to 58.2 million due to some of the reinvestment decisions that we've taken, but also the growth that we have seen. You will know that this year has been a high interest rate, and our investors have made some investment decisions, some good investment decisions, resulting in some increase in terms of interest earned. Earmark funds, which are funds for our funders, we continuously monitor them very closely. We've ring-fenced these funds into a separate bank account so that we can monitor them. So the earmark funds liability reduced from 11.4 million to 8.7 million. On the income side, to highlight a few aspects, income statement first increased significantly from 8.3 million to 18.9 million. Government and grants from 2.4 million to 3.1 million. What is interesting also on the sale of goods, taking into account the high inflationary conditions that we're operating, load shedding, we still managed to increase the sale of goods by 15% from 3.1 last year to 3.5 million. Our services, which is led by our services department, screening, also increased from 2.6 million to 3.1 million, 19%. This indicates that our services indeed are still needed out there. It's an area that we believe as an organization we can still harness and grow organically. The earmark fund utilization, you can see a slightly increase there of 5%. As I said, on the operational cost, we operated within costs in terms of our payroll. You can see in terms of year-on-year, 1% increase, and overall expenses, 6% increase. You can see just a summary of what I just went through in terms of the financial results for 2023. Just to highlight 10% increase in revenue, and also the surplus that we've attained in terms of research of 2.8 as compared to the visit of 2.4 million in 2022. Commentary on the outlook, given the results that we are posting in terms of going concern. So management and the directors believe CANSA will remain a going concern in a foreseeable future. This is so because of the strategic objectives and some models that we are implementing in terms of focusing on a high impact projects. So that's what we did in 2022, and we will continue to focus on high impact projects and deployment of our operations with highly competent national teams. We will continue to use digitization approach in terms of fundraising, mainly also to make sure that we are within costs, but also we apply efficiencies in terms of our fundraising models. We'll continue to monitor cost, but also implement high value partnerships to increase our revenue. In terms of our property portfolio, our fair value in terms of our property portfolio as of 31st March 2023 was sitting at 39.5 million. Our debt ratio was sitting at 21% compared to 29% last year, and improvements, meaning that in terms of balance sheet, we've got less debt in our financials. Our investment, as I've already explained, increased by 31% year on year. Subsequent event, as highlighted last year, we had an issue in terms of a contingent liability that was disclosed in our financials, where we pursued a service provider who did not pay all the donations back to us. We have won a case at the High Court to collect 2.5 million. Our lawyers are busy with that to see if we can collect that 2.5 million, including the 10% interest effective from 2019. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. You're a great bringer of good news. We now get to the other business side of the meeting. We go to the adoption of the 6 ordinary resolutions. Now we will be making use of the chat box. So as I read each resolution, please answer by typing your answer as I read out each resolution. So for example, number 1, I'll ask for votes yes. You type in yes in the chat box. The auditor will then count and check. Remember, only paid up members must vote, and who did not send in their proxy forms, of course. The auditor, Jenny Smith from Roddle and Partners, will add the voting in accordance with the proxies received. Okay, if we're all ready, we'll move on to the first resolution. Ordinary resolution number 1. That Professor H.M. Habeli's appointment as non-executive director of the company be ratified at this meeting. The CV is available on the CANSA website. All those in favor of this resolution can vote now. All those against this resolution can vote now. And all those that are abstaining, record. The auditors, Jenny, can inform us when she's ready.
You can move on. I'm ready.
Okay, please go ahead.
24 yes, 0 against, and 0 abstain.
Thank you, Jenny. We'll move on to ordinary resolution number 2. That Mr. AJ Pinar's appointment as non-executive director of the company be ratified at this meeting. His CV is also available on our website. All those in favor of this resolution, vote now. All those against this resolution, you all may vote now. And all those that are abstaining can record their abstentions now. When you are ready, Jenny.
Okay, I'm ready. There are 22 for, 0 against, and 0 abstain.
Thank you, Jenny. We welcome Mr. AJ Pinar to the board. We move on to ordinary resolution number 3, that the remuneration for the chairperson of the board of directors remains at 5,000 Rand per meeting and to be paid in arrears. All those in favor of this resolution, vote now. All those that want to vote against this resolution can vote now. And those that wish to abstain can record their abstention now. When you're ready, Jenny.
There are 23 for, 0 against, and 0 that abstain.
Jenny, can you check that?
Sorry, I didn't see that the last one was I have abstained after the yes. I just want to double check for one thing. Okay, I think it is 23 yes, 0 against, and 1 abstain.
Yes.
Sorry, my
Thank you.
apologies.
No problem. Let's move on to ordinary resolution number 4, that the remuneration for the members of the Board of Directors remain at 3,000 Rand per meeting attended to be paid in arrears. All those in favor of this resolution, you can vote now. All those against this resolution can vote now. And those that wish to abstain can now vote. Hi, Jenny, it's up to you.
Sorry, I'm just quickly confirming with Mamo.
No problem.
So there are 6 for, 0 against, and 2 abstaining. Okay.
Are you rechecking that, Jenny?
Yes, I am after seeing Janae's message.
Okay.
Can the resolution be reposted again so that and everybody vote again? So that, because it's a bit confusing right now.
If everybody's happy with that, let's redo the count or redo the vote. All those in favor of ordinary resolution number 4, that the remuneration for the members of the Board of Directors remain at 3,000 Rand per meeting attended to be paid in arrears. All those in favor, please vote now. All those against this resolution, vote now. And all those that wish to abstain can record your abstention now.
I'm ready if everyone has voted.
Yes, please go ahead, Jenny.
Okay, 24, 0 against, and 1 abstain.
Thank you. Ordinary resolution number 5, that the annual financial statements for the year ending 31st March 2023 be adopted together with the auditor's report. All those in favor of this resolution, please vote now.
Let's just wait for the resolution to appear first. Sorry, it hasn't appeared yet.
Okay.
Jacques, are you guys okay there? Ah, there we go. Thank you.
All those against this resolution, vote now. And those wishing to abstain can record now. When you're ready, Jane.
Okay, so there are 21 for, 0 against, and 0 abstain.
Okay, we move on to the final resolution, and that is ordinary resolution number 6, that BDO South Africa be reappointed as external auditors for CANSA. All those in favor of this resolution, vote now. All those against this resolution can vote now. And those wishing to abstain can record their abstention. Whenever you are ready, Jenny.
I'm ready. There are 24 for, 0 against, and 0 abstain.
Thank you, James. That brings us to the end of those resolutions. We now move on. I now call upon Gerda Strauss, Head of Service, regarding the annual Marietta Lutz Cancer Trust Awards. Over to you, Gerda.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, wonderful opportunity. We all know that CANSA is a volunteer-driven organization, and our volunteers take hands with us and help us with the fight against cancer. And we can really not exist without their support and their involvement. And each year, it's wonderful to have this annual Mariette Lourdes Trust Awards, because that embody the commitment of volunteers, not only to our survivors, but also to us as staff and the organization on a national level. Now, CANSA regional nominations are forwarded to the Mariette Lourdes Trust Awards Selection Committee. And they then select each year the merit and 2 main award winners based on a very stringent grading system. And I'm so excited to announce the winners of this year under the review through a video. Thank you, Emmanuel.
Volunteer Mariette Lourdes Awards 2023. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Mariette Lourdes Cancer Trust, we are delighted to announce the winners for 2023. First up are the 5 Merit Award winners. Congratulations to Elise Fourie from Pretoria in Gauteng, Freda Botha from Quebeca in the Eastern Cape, Anitha Mudley from Pietermaritzburg in KwaZulu-Natal, Martia van Nooy from Boland Ashton in the Western Cape, and Cherise Botha from Polokwane in Limpopo. All these winners as Merit Award winners now qualify for the next year's 2 main awards. Congratulations to you for your invaluable service and commitment as cancer volunteers, and thank you for caring and making a difference. And now for the 2 main awards. The recipients of these national awards being presented today have been selected from last year's 2022 Mariette Lourdes Merit Award winners, who received their Merit Awards based on the motivations received from their respective cancer regions. Firstly, announcing the Friends for Life Achievement Award for 2023. Janita Potgieter from the Southern Cape. Being a trained registered nurse, Janita helps with patient care, which can involve changing stoma bags, visiting patients, undergoing treatment, wound cleaning, as well as registering patients with cancer. She also conducts awareness in the Disselstort community about cancer and our services, and shares why it's such a positive experience to register with cancer. Janita also helps with raising funds and is the mission delivery chair as part of Cancer Relay for Life. She actively participates when it comes to Kappa for Cancer and also shaved her head at Cancer Shave-a-thon. And now it is with great pleasure to announce the Mariette Lourdes Cancer Award winner for 2023. Joan Deere from Durban in KwaZulu-Natal. Joan Deere, in her 80s, is a retired social worker who previously worked as a provincial director for cancer in the 1990s. She came back to volunteer for the organization in 2015 with a focus on Cancer TLC in Durban. From 2015 to 2020, she almost single-handedly ran the TLC program, which included weekly visits to patients and families at Netcare Parklands Hospital and at Inkosi Albert Luthuli Hospital. Joan visits and supports patients and families staying in our TLC lodge. She also liaises with the oncologists around the needs of patients, conducts home visits, and trains the supervisors' TLC volunteers. Arranging fundraising projects to support the TLC program are tasks she regularly and willingly arranges, and requests donations of food and toiletry items for patients. Joan is always willing to pitch in and assist wherever help is needed. She arranged a rose selling day at shopping malls to raise funds and visited several retirement homes to present cancer services and offer cancer as an option for bequests. During lockdown, Joan was inspired by Captain Tom in the UK, who walked to raise money for charity. Despite her recent hip surgery, she ran a fundraising campaign for cancer by walking 100 laps around her garden with her crutches. To all our winners today, a warm thank you for bringing hope, comfort, and strength to those affected by cancer.
Wow, amazing people. We now move on to the Appreciation Awards. We have special acknowledgements for volunteers that have done so much more than expected in the fight against cancer.
Appreciation to Leader Volunteers 2023. Each year, CANSA celebrates and thanks volunteers for their significant contribution to society. We acknowledge and show appreciation for many volunteers who are active on many fronts. We salute 2 leader volunteers that have served their time as part of our governance structures. Johan Bosman. Johan has been community-minded all his adult life, first as a member of Leos, then Lions, serving on the Port Elizabeth Mental Health Board. He was also involved with the ACVV Street Children's Project, so when approached by then CANSA Regional Manager in 2010, he agreed to join CANSA's volunteer structures and has served as chairperson for several years. Until the region split, the Western Province also fell under his chairmanship. He has great respect for CANSA's committed staff and volunteers. Johan attended a team-building workshop with staff and volunteers in Mossel Bay and found it helpful in understanding and relating to their very special and positive caring spirit. He has enjoyed his involvement with CANSA and is now retired and feels the organization will be better served by someone with fresh ideas. Professor Leon Brimmer. Viewed as a highly esteemed expert in financial management, we were so fortunate to have this caliber of person advising CANSA on our financial affairs. Professor Brimmer served the CANSA cause by serving on our investment committee from 2016 to 2023. The last position he held was that of a part-time professor in the Department of Finance at the University of Pretoria, as study leader for PhD students. He acted as an external examiner for a large number of master theses and doctoral dissertations for 6 universities. Professor Brimmer has written 3 books and co-authored 5 regarding financial management. He also served as a member on the Board of Trustees and Investment and Committee of Pension Funds of 5 listed companies. Professor, we will miss your dry sense of humor at our meetings, and who will now appreciate the chocolate pudding at lunchtime? From all of us at CANSA, we are so grateful that amidst both your very busy schedules, you found the time to volunteer for CANSA. Thank you for all your kind assistance and our respect for the role you played in the betterment of our CANSA community.
Wow, amazing people that we are surrounded by. Our thanks to all of them. Folks, I now call upon Elise once again to share the Long Service Awards and the Gold Winner Staff Awards. Over to you, Elise.
Thank you, Buck. It's indeed an honor to share the names of our dedicated staff that's been with CANSA for so many years, and my heartfelt thanks to all of them for their commitment. It will be done via a video.
"2023 Long Service Awards." 5 years. Ina Marie Potgieter, Naomi Philander, Inga Morgan, Margaret Murray, Ferus Lufa, Leilani Geduld, Lorraine Mamitwa, Melissa Zyman, (10 years), Lisa Stradom, Julia Masemola, Bobby Wer, (15 years), Laura Gounder, Teresa Clary,
I am excited to announce our Gold Award winners for this year. And I'm going to start with the first award, which is our Service Award, and made to Jackie Billion. She's our Service Support Officer in the George Care Centre. Now, Jackie is well known within CANSA and significantly exceeds the service delivery and support targets for which she is contracted. She ensures correct allocation of income and expenses for all our care homes. She completes monthly payments for MediServe for all our care homes and continuously monitoring income trackers. She also follows up on debtors and loads all medical aid claims on the live system. She also sells merchandise and is in control of the monthly stock count for services and sustainability. And in addition, she captures the care home patient intake forms on CANSA Online. She strictly enforces all service division and financial policies and procedures in her responsibility, including the submission of month-end document packs. Jackie is innovative and shows initiative that enables CANSA to improve our image amongst the medical fraternity and the oncology fraternity specifically. She plays a pivotal role in the occupational health and safety, assists all staff where possible and renders support with the orientation of all new staff members and volunteers. She's passionate about her role in CANSA and always walks the extra mile. Congratulations, Jackie. Our next award is our Sustainability Award, made to Jaylee Richardson. Now, Jaylee is a true champion when it comes to fundraising and being determined to take each project allocated to her and making a success of it. While busy with different projects, she remains focused to ensure that the public is aware of our services rendered. Jaylee does not only focus on fundraising, but she's an excellent collaborator and supports wherever she can. With being the only person in the Vaal, West Rand, East Rand and Northwest area, Jaylee stayed focused and exceeded her budget. This was the first year that she needed to focus on such a broad area. She did this by ensuring that she's got nurtured volunteers in all the areas far away from her to offer continuous support to them so that they can assist with the different projects. Although she did not make budget for each of the national projects, she exceeded her total budget income with nearly 200,000. Jaylee is a true asset to CANSA and very dedicated to her goals. Congratulations, Jaylee. Now, our next award is the Teamwork Award, and this year our finance department wins this award. Now, during the past year, the finance department continued improving on the following areas: internal controls, providing accurate financial information to management to assist with decision making, ensuring that cash flow is managed effectively, ensuring payments are done timeously to assist other departments in rendering their services, as well as the day-to-day activities, ensuring control of assets and ensuring control of the inventory. By implementing the internal controls, the finance department ensures that CANSA receives good audited financial statements. They also ensure that the statutory reports and submissions are done timeously so that CANSA receives tax clearance certificates. The Finance Department also ensures that they do comply with FICA regulations and continue doing business as normal. They reduce the audit preparation time to ensure that the team meets the required deadline to sign audited financial statements by the end of September. They also reduced the number of outstanding debtors from 240 in 2022 to 86 in 2023. This all done through excellent teamwork. Congratulations, Finance Department. The next award is our Support Services Award, and that is made to Sandra Blighnout. Sandra is our Management Support Officer for Services. Now, Sandra is an employee with no end to her energy and passion inside. As MSO, she is the glue that holds the service management team together. And whether she engages internally or with external clients, she does that with passion, pride, and on a high standard. Sandra is an action-orientated person and inspires others with her positive behavior and creativity. She never says no to any new work and contributes to the following. She drives the Pink Trees for Pauline project and Compassionate Hat projects. She audits and all the requests with excellence. She assists with the month-end documentation and debtors management for service. She never says no to new work and is eager to grow and learn more. Congratulations, Sandra. You are a true deserving award winner. Our next award is our Marketing and Communication Award. And Leilani Gedul, congratulations, you are our winner. Now, she's our Corporate Relations and Sporting Events Manager and situated in Cape Metro. Leilani embraces change and adapts her ways of work and thinking to find new angles to approach fundraising and create awareness, contributing to the sustainability of CANSA. She successfully integrates CANSA's programs and communication platforms to enhance CANSA's visibility in targeted communities. Her success with integration includes collaboration with the current Seal of Recognition program in CANSA and all their partners, and recommending new applications for the Seal program, such as the NI Africa that joined us last year in the physical activity category. Leilani is also the only additional Facebook editor that posts and shares information on the national CANSA Facebook pages beside that of the marketing team. And she understands CANSA's values and offerings. She's also able to engage with our national audiences. She is a tremendous help in this regard, and when it comes to posting and sharing national fundraising information when required. Leilani has a strong media contact base, ambassadors, fundraisers and influencer base that ties up and allows her to secure media and social media coverage on various projects. She promptly and consistently responds to queries referred to her via the CANSA help desk or information desk, making telephonic contact and referring to fundraising projects when required. Leilani, you are a true pillar of strength to CANSA and our marketing team. Thank you so much and congratulations. Now our Finance Award. This goes to Angelina Abrams this year. She's our bookkeeper situated in the Cape Metro office. Now, Angelina's customer services, both internal and external, are just exemplary. Dealing with stoma patients daily requires patience, which she overflows with. She does it with compassion. If there's a stoma patient in need of products urgently, regardless of being over weekends or even over the December recess, she will assist the patient in making sure that they do not go without the stoma products they need. She knows the importance of excellent services and patients receiving their products in time. Angelina always produces consistent and excellent quality of work. Being dependable, she's an asset to the stoma department. Angelina always ensures to complete tasks on time with whatever deadline is given to her, even if she needs to put in the extra hours to meet her deadlines. She follows procedures and she's very attentive to detail. Angie, as we know you, you are a star. Congratulations. Now our Advocacy Award, and this award goes to Bobby Weir. He's our TLC coordinator situated in Polokwane. Now Bobby is very well known and respected in the Polokwane Hospital, especially in the oncology department. He is excellent in identifying advocacy issues, which he will then pass us on to the head of advocacy. In most instances, he will actively participate in the resolution of such matters to the logical end, and throughout such processes, he ensures CANSA's good standing while collaborating with the patients involved. He is very knowledgeable on all the mechanisms, protocols, and referral pathways of the Department of Health, which he uses to the advantage of the cancer patients, assisting them to successfully gain access to their treatment. Bobby is highly respected and loved by all his patients and their parents, and a true ambassador for cancer. Congratulations, Bobby. Now the award for the best performing division is made to CANSA TLC. Now CANSA TLC received the Cambodian Foundation donation just below 400,000, and that was awarded to the TLC project with the aim to support children who receive ports and boviacs as well as artificial eyes. CANSA TLC is the only organization within the frame of South African pediatric oncology that provides these items free of charge to hospitals within South Africa. The hospitals include Gauteng area, Polokwane and Port Elizabeth. The service is a huge positive impact on a child's life, as it prevents them from having needles inserted into their little bodies, constantly causing pain, distress, and has a negative emotional impact on them, thus receiving chemotherapy and the drawing of blood in a more comforting way. As state hospitals sometimes do run out of required medication for the children, TLC assists, for example, Androlex for children when and where needed. They save CANSA 102,000 per annum from the Ad Hope KFC Fund, which has been awarded to TLC, and this was awarded to TLC for the past 3 consecutive years. This food support program provides a healthy, balanced meal within Nika's Lodge. By organizing transport free of cost, children and their parents in desperate need for food all over South Africa received just below 2,000 food parcels to assist them. TLC further contributed and distributed 1,528 care packs to children diagnosed with cancer, consisting of various items, for example, a toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, warm clothes, bed socks, blankets, toys, and much more. TLC supports the parents of children that are in the hospitals for their treatment, not only with accommodation, but also with food. This year, TLC welcomed back the Child Life students from various universities across the United States as they shared their skills with us through music, play, and art therapy. Through play therapy, children also learn self-control, self-respect, to express their feelings, problem-solving, and communication skills. Congratulations to our CANSA TLC team. The Best Care Home Award is made to Makugla Care Home. The Makugla Care Home did extremely well this year by exceeding their income target by nearly 900,000. The objective is not only to be self-sufficient, but to provide quality care and services to our cancer patients undergoing extensive treatment. The care home is a home away from home for these patients. They are provided with safe, secure and clean and comfortable accommodation for periods up to 6 to 8 weeks, provided with wholesome meals and transport to their treatment facilities daily. The dedicated staff of Makugla achieved and exceeded at all their targets last year. They also received a sponsored Vito Crew bus from the Spa Group, who also sponsored reservations valued at more than 100,000. 477 patients were accommodated during this period. There are various activities for patients, including support groups and various activities with university students. Patients were provided with information on various topics and counselling were made available. Makugla team, congratulations and thank you for all your dedication. Now our Leadership Middle Management Award goes to Lisa Strydom. She's our Service Manager Volunteers. Lisa is a resourceful leader who instills trust wherever and with whomever she works. She's an expert at networking and has exceptional knowledge of CANSA service offerings and its dependability on volunteers. She implemented a national volunteer management approach and established a volunteer management program in the new business model of CANSA. As part of this program, she runs an internal training program for staff and volunteers and facilitates monthly upskilling training sessions. She earned the trust of both the old and new volunteers and continuously built a pool of skilled volunteers by scanning applications and selecting those volunteers potentially suitable for CANSA. She also manages all the requests from the colleagues for volunteer assistance. She stands up for her beliefs and is highly respected by all her peers, colleagues and the volunteers. She always displays a caring approach and leads by example. Congratulations, Lisa. You are a deserving winner of this award. Now for our Senior Management Award, and this award is this year made to Gerda Strauss, our head service. As a social worker by profession, she has been in senior management positions for the last 22 years and currently for the last 2 years also serves on CANSA Exco. As part of the senior management of CANSA, she provides strategic guidance in the organizational division regarding all cancer screening, early detection, care and support programs, including psychosocial support programs of CANSA. She's a strong leader and manages the biggest department of staff and projects in CANSA. As a person, she is an extrovert, a driver, and loves challenges. What makes her a great senior management team member is that she is quick, stimulating, alert, and outspoken. She's resourceful in solving new and challenging problems. She's good at reading other people, always investigating new interests and bring new projects and concepts to CANSA. And she's a strategic thinker by excellence. Her integrity, self-awareness, courage, respect, empathy, and gratitude make her a great leader. Her work ethic is impeccable, and she is internally driven and constantly trying to improve. She leads by empowering her team. In 2022-23, the financial year, her department excelled under her leadership. For example, under her guidance, the service department has over 45 national and international partners contributing to our mission. Gerda, you are a true deserving winner of this Senior Management Award. Congratulations. Congratulations to all our deserving winners. You are such role models of service excellence and living CANSA's values. Thank you for your dedication, your commitment, and again, we're so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Elise, and thank you for all. That concludes our awards, and now we will address other business. We on to general. Any other business? Any items to be tabled had to have been written and delivered to the chairperson of the meeting at least 48 hours prior to the meeting, and at least 2 members shall second all motions. I have not received any notice of any other business, so that concludes that part of it. I now hand over to Elise for a vote of thanks. Over to you, Elise.
Thank you, Bob. And firstly, to you, Bob, as our president, thank you for so skillfully facilitating this meeting today. And then to all our members and volunteers and staff who took the time out of your schedules to attend today, we sincerely appreciate your attendance. And then all staff present, I want to thank those who especially helped to organize AGM and that it went so smooth. Thanks to all of you. EP Digital for streaming our virtual event. And then again, to all our prize winners, you are really so deserving and you make us proud. Please continue and keep up the good work. Thank you so much to all.
Thanks, Elise. Folks, our integrated report is available and ready for viewing on our website, and the link is in the chat box. Are there any other questions or comments from the members? There being no other business, I declare the annual general meeting closed. On behalf of the Board of Directors, thank you once again for all your support. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Max.
Thank you, Max.
I am excited to
Thank
announce
you.
our Gold
Thank you very
Award
much.
winners for this year.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. And thank you very much, the team that ran the whole meeting. Well done. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, colleagues.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Don't fight this fight alone, because the only way to beat cancer is together. This togetherness is at the heart of all we do. We're a close-knit, involved team that works as one to achieve our common goal. Unity informs all we do, aligning with policymakers working on the ground in communities and collaborating with various stakeholders.
Let people know that there is someone that cares. You envelop them in a love bubble. You give them the motivation, you give them the inspiration to fight another day.
To see the kind of work that is being put in to take care of people who are suffering with this disease is staggering.
And integral to our operations is the partnerships we form with our generous donors and supporters. We firmly believe in our mission, but make no mistake, cancer is cruel. It's a life-threatening disease. We fight it on a daily basis, and our many services are all the more effective thanks to contributions from our donors. The research we conduct at various universities and organizations focuses on lowering the cancer risk by highlighting risk and protective behaviors and promoting lifestyle changes at individual, community, and structural levels. We also conduct research into enhancing care and support for cancer patients. We advocate at multiple levels, driving awareness with decision makers, promoting the rights of patients and caregivers, and pushing for better training of healthcare workers. We lobby for quick and inclusive access to early detection and screening facilities, and continue to inform the public of their rights to quality care, pain control, and palliative care information. Our countrywide care centres can be accessed in person and virtually, and offer screening and early detection programs. Our telecounselling is free and available in 7 languages. It's a much-needed lifeline for cancer patients, caregivers, and families of children living with cancer. We run 8 care homes with home-from-home accommodation, nutritious meals, and transport to and from cancer treatment centres. Our TLC lodges provide lodging for parents and guardians whose children are undergoing cancer treatment, and emotional support and guidance to children, teens, and families affected by cancer. All of these services combine to create a supportive national network that works on many levels with the aim of helping cancer patients become cancer survivors.
Every day I firmly believe I was diagnosed with cancer and survived it for a reason. I'm the voice for the person who doesn't want to talk. I'm the voice for the person who doesn't want to be seen, but I am out there. That is who we are as global heroes of hope. We latch people on to those who can understand.
As harrowing and harmful as cancer is, it has driven us to create a collaborative community that shares a single vision: to support those facing cancer and provide relief and comfort for all affected by it. We appeal to you to join our fight and contribute to our very worthy cause.
I'm fully committed to ensure that we are moving towards a cancer-free South Africa. Hopefully not another 90 years, but if that is what is required, cancer will be there for another 90 years.
Today, you have an opportunity to make a difference, to impact millions of lives. Make a pledge now. Log on to cancer.org.co.za for the various options on how to donate and get involved with cancer. Together, we unite in providing care and support to all those affected. Cancer. Research, educate, support.